Welcome to today's session. In this video, I'm going to explain about the oscillators. Today's topic is oscillators. So, see, in this video, I'm going to discuss about what are the conditions for an amplifier to work as an oscillator and Barkhusian criterion of criteria. What are the requisites of an oscillator circuits? Classification of oscillators, and also I will discuss about the Hartley oscillators. It's a Hartley oscillator circuit and the explanation of the Hartley oscillator and the conditions for sustained oscillations in Hartley oscillator. These are the topics in this video I am going to explain. In my previous videos, I explained about we discussed about the amplifiers. See, what is an amplifier means? Amplifier is a circuit. It is amplifying the applied input signal. That means the weak signal is if the weak signal is applied to an amplifier circuit, it is the magnitude of that signal is amplified. Here the amplifiers again based on the same signals. Amplifiers are classified into two types: the small signal amplifiers and the large signal amplifiers. That we can also call voltage amplifiers and power amplifiers. In voltage amplifiers, the amplified signal is the voltage, whereas in power amplifiers, the amplified signal is power. Right, there are many types of amplifiers and also power amplifiers. See, classification of the voltage amplifiers as well as power amplifiers, all we discussed in my previous videos. In this video, the main content is oscillator. See, and one more point, in amplifiers, there will be a feedback. What is a feedback means? Connecting a part of output to the input is called feedback. Right here, feedback is of two types: positive feedback and negative feedback. What is positive feedback? What is negative feedback? I already discussed in my previous videos. Right, positive feedback means the feedback signal is in phase with the input signal. That is called positive feedback. That means the feedback signal will be added with the input signal. That is called positive feedback. And negative feedback means in the negative feedback circuits, the feedback signal is out of phase with the input signal. That is for positive and negative feedbacks. See, what are the where we can use this negative feedback means in amplifiers, negative feedback will be used. Negative feedback, whereas where we can use this positive feedback means in oscillators, the feedback is a positive feedback. In oscillators also there will be a feedback, and that feedback is a positive feedback. That means the feedback signal is in phase with the input signal. Generally, we will call it as a input signal, or we can say that there is no phase variation in the positive feedback. Right. What is an oscillator? Oscillator is an electronic circuit, right, which converts DC energy into AC energy of required frequency. See, if you read the name oscillator, it is a circuit. It is a circuit, particularly it is an electronic circuit. It converts the applied DC energy into AC energy. AC energy of required frequency. Or else we can say that oscillator is a circuit. It generates the AC signal without any input signal. We can say that means oscillator is a circuit. It generates an AC signal without any input signal. That means for the zero input signal. Right? Oscillator is an electronic circuit which produces an AC output without any AC input. That means in oscillators, the AC input is zero. The AC input, there is no alternating signal. Only for energization, DC signal will be applied. That DC energy is converting into the AC energy. Oscillator is a circuit it produces the oscillations, we can say exactly. It produces the oscillations without any input, AC input signal. AC input signal, right? This is how it produces the oscillations, how it generates the AC signal. We will see why this oscillator is required. What is the need of oscillator? We know that in many applications we need electrical energy at a specific frequency range. Specific, depending on the applications, we need a particular level of frequencies from a few hertz to several megahertz. How we will get this particular range of frequencies? Means these frequencies are generated by an oscillator. We are saying that oscillator is a circuit, it is generating the oscillations then with the required frequency. It is converting DC energy into AC energy of required frequency. That means it is a circuit, it is generating the frequencies, require specific frequencies. Normally in our electronic applications, this frequency we need this signals. These signals are generated by the oscillators. The frequency range may be from few hertz to several megahertz. Yeah, so to generate the frequencies, generally these oscillators are used. That is the need of oscillator. See, these oscillators are used in radios, televisions, radars, and other communication or digital electronic applications. Where we can use these oscillators means wherever this particular frequency ranges are needed to generate. In that cases, these oscillators are used. Mostly these are used in radios, televisions, radars, and communication applications or any digital electronic applications. Amplifier as an oscillator, right? This we know that amplifier there will be generally amplifier means it is amplifying the applied input signal, and in the amplifier the feedback is of negative feedback. Here the content is amplifier as an oscillator. How this amplifier can be used as an oscillator? See here, this is the amplifier circuit with gain of A, and this is the feedback circuit, right? In oscillators the feedback is a positive positive feedback. That means there is no phase difference between the feedback signal and the input signal, right? See, this is the amplifier circuit, this is the feedback circuit. V out is the output voltage gain into the applied input. The feedback circuit, that means a part of output is selected through the feedback circuit. Feedback voltage is equals to beta times of A into Vn. Beta times of V out. V out is A into Vn. See here, in oscillators the input is, there is no input. Generally, in amplifiers, the negative feedback is used for stability of the output. But in this, positive feedback is used to produce oscillations. The amplified signal available in the circuit output is A into Vin. Right? For the feedback, the fraction of the signal is beta times of V out, where V out is A into Vn. So the fraction of the signal is beta times of gain into Vn as the feedback to the input. The feedback signal must be in phase with the input signal. What is feedback? Positive feedback means in positive feedback, the feedback signal should be in phase with the input signal. The circuit starts acting as an oscillator, and we know that there is no input in the oscillator circuit. There is no input in the oscillator circuit. See, feedback is directly connected to the amplifier. There is no external input signal. This is the output of the amplifier that is fed to the feedback circuit. The fraction of the output is fed to the amplifier without any input signal. See, for the case 1, for the positive feedback, the gain is AF is equals to A by 1 minus A beta. For positive feedback, the feedback with gain, gain with feedback is A by 1 minus A beta, where A is the gain of the amplifier and beta is the feedback factor. See, for in case 1, if A beta is less than 1, A beta is less than 1. If the A beta is less than 1, what will happen? AB is less than 1, 1 minus A beta. The removal of input signal will result in ceasing of oscillations. There will be no input. If there is no input and A beta factor is less than 1, in that case, this happens to the circuit means the output oscillations will slowly reduce in amplitude. Output oscillations, initially there are oscillations, there will be oscillations are started in the circuit, and whenever this A beta the product of gain and feedback factor is less than 1, in that case the output oscillations are slowly reducing the amplitude, and it's after a particular time they are finally die out. Such oscillators is of no use at any practical applications. That means if you observe the oscillations, see the waveform. Here initially the signal will be like this. The produced oscillations are like this. After that the feedback is here A beta is less than 1. That means feedback with gain is A by 1 minus A beta. If A beta is less than 1, the oscillations are going on, the amplitude of these oscillations, the output is going on reducing. Finally, at some time, they are completely wiped off. That means these oscillations are called damped oscillations. Damped oscillations. Right? This is the case when A beta is less than 1. In the second case, consider if A beta is greater than 1. Greater than 1. Suppose consider, for example, if a 1 volt signal appearing initially at the input terminal, and assume that after the at one time the input terminal with a 1 volt signal will be appeared, after a trip around the loop reappear as a still larger voltage than 1 volt. See, A beta is greater than 1. Feedback with gain AF is A by 1 minus A beta. Here A beta is greater than 1. That means the output is going on increasing. The larger output then reappears as still larger voltage, and so on. Always with this feedback, the output is always we are getting for every repeating of oscillations, the output is going on increasing, building the oscillations with increase in its amplitude without limit. The amplitude of these oscillations are going on increasing with the larger voltage reappears as a still larger voltage. See, initially the amplitude of the is value of it is like this. That means for every after every repetition, the amplitude is going on increasing. It is still further going on increasing. These are overdamped oscillations. When A beta is greater than 1, the oscillations are overdamped. In previous case, the oscillations are underdamped. That means oscillations are going on reducing. A beta less than 1, damped oscillations, and A beta greater than 1, overdamped oscillations. Right? Next. Case 3. If A beta is greater than equals to 1, if this product of this gain and feedback factor value is equals to 1. If A beta is equals to 1, what is the gain with feedback? It is A by 1 minus A beta. That means 1 minus 1, it is 0. And the denominator is 0 means the gain is infinity. The gain is infinity. The output is the gain is infinity means that you are getting the infinity means the output is maximum and they without any input. The condition of unity loop gain A beta equals to 1 is called the Barkhausen criterion. When A beta is equals to 1, the gain is infinity, and the amplitude is constant. The amplitude is constant for through entire time duration. The time duration. The condition, the unity loop gain is called Barkhausen criterion. This condition implies that both A beta is 1 and that the phase of minus A beta is 0. Positive feedback. Positive feedback means there is no phase difference. 360 degrees or 0. This is Barkhausen criterion. And that means in case 3, now we will get the undamped oscillations. See, these are the undamped oscillations. That means the amplitude is constant for complete cycle, the entire cycles. In this A beta equals to 1 condition, no change occurs at the output of an oscillator, and we get the output oscillations with constant amplitude without applying any input signal, AC input signal. That means in an oscillator circuit, if A beta is equals to 1 with this product gain with gain and product of gain and feedback factor is equals to 1 means the feedback with gain with feedback is infinity. That means we are getting the undamped oscillations without any input signal. This condition is called Barkhausen criterion. These are the undamped oscillations. That means to get the undamped oscillations in the oscillator circuit, the what is the condition here means A beta should be equals to 1. The product of gain and feedback factor should be equals to 1. That is the condition for undamped oscillations. For Barkhausen criterion are conditions for an amplifier to work as an oscillator. What are the conditions for an amplifier to work as an this amplifier can work as an oscillator means this amplifier must be properly for feedback. It will be in the positive feedback. That means if an amplifier with proper positive feedback means it acts as an oscillator. This is the first condition. Not only this condition is not sufficient. Then the next point, next condition is the magnitude of the loop gain. The second condition, and the magnitude of the loop gain A beta must be unity. Initially, the A beta should be greater than 1. After some time, A beta should be reduced to unity. So what are the first conditions? A transistor amplifier with proper positive feedback will act as an oscillator. And the second condition, the magnitude of loop gain must be unity. That means the product of gain of amplifier and the gain of feedback network has to be unity. And the next condition is that the phase shift around the loop must be 360 degrees or 0 degrees. That means in the oscillators, what is the phase shift means? The phase shift must be 360 degrees or we can say 0 degrees. And loop gain should be unity, and there will be a positive feedback. These are the conditions for an amplifier to work as an oscillator. The requisites of an oscillator circuit. An oscillator circuit, what are the requirements? a transistor amplifier, and a feedback circuit. To construct an oscillator, what are the required element means oscillator circuit, transistor amplifier, and a feedback circuit. We know that to use the amplifier as an oscillator, this transistor amplifier must be in a positive feedback. It should be designed with a positive feedback, and that means it requires a feedback network. It requires an amplifier circuit, a feedback network. Oscillator circuit means here you can say tuned circuit. For oscillations, LNC, the tank circuit. Oscillator circuit here is tank circuit. What is a tank circuit means? Tuned circuit. That is a parallel combination of LNC, or it may be either with this RNC components or LNC components. Oscillator circuit, transistor amplifier, and feedback circuit. So this is the circuit diagram. This is the amplifier circuit, and the output is fed to the feedback circuit. The output of the feedback is given to the oscillatory circuit. This is the oscillator circuit. It is a tank circuit with a parallel combination of LNC elements. Whatever may be the generated signal, this tank circuit produces the oscillations. These oscillations are amplified by the amplifier, and there will be a positive feedback. That means the part of output is fed to the oscillator circuit with zero phase shift for the positive feedback. That is in phase with feedback. Again, further, this amplified signal, this generated signal is amplified, and this is a regenerative process. So here initially in this A beta is greater than 1. Initially it is the loop gain is greater than 1. After signal generation, this A beta is reduced to, that means made equals to, loop gain equals to 1 by varying the gain of the amplifier or by varying the gain of feedback circuit. That means by changing the A or beta value, we need to maintain A beta is equals to 1 to get the sustained oscillations, that is undamped oscillations. What is an oscillatory circuit here? An oscillatory circuit contains an inductive coil and capacitor connected in parallel with each other. The frequency of oscillations depends upon the values of L and C. See, oscillator is a circuit, it is generating the signals with a required frequency. That frequency depends upon the values of L and C components. And the required value, the generation of the signal is depends on the LNC. But that means by selecting the particular LNC values, we can get the required frequency. So here the frequency is equals to, the generated frequency is equals to 1 by 2 pi root LC. 1 by 2 pi root LC. Transistor amplifier. We know the function of the amplifier. A source of energy is required to compensate the losses in the oscillatory circuit. See here, there were some losses in the oscillator circuit, that is in the tank circuit. So a source of energy is required to compensate the losses in the oscillator circuit in transistor amplifier, and also that source of energy is a combination of, what is that source of energy is? The source of energy is combination of battery and the transistor working as an amplifier. This energy compensates the losses in the oscillator circuit. The oscillations produced by the oscillatory circuits are fed to the input of amplifier. The amplifier amplifies these oscillations. This amplified output of oscillations is due to the DC power supplied by the battery. How we are getting the oscillations means the amplified output of oscillations. How we are due to the DC power supplied. DC power, DC source, VCC. And then we know that in oscillator circuits there is no input signal. It is the converting the DC power in DC energy into the AC signal. That is the reason the DC power supplied by the battery. The output of the transistor, thus uptime, can now be supplied back to the oscillatory circuit to compensate the losses. There is a feedback and feedback circuit. The circuit is used to feedback a fraction of amplifier output to the oscillatory circuit. Already we know the function of feedback circuit. It takes the output and sends a part of output to the input. The phase of this feedback should be such that it aids the oscillations. The phase of this feedback, generally in oscillators, that is a positive feedback, means phase is 0 degrees or 360 degrees. And this feedback should aid the oscillations and compensates the losses. How we are if feedback is provided in this means it should add the oscillations and compensate the losses. That is the function of the feedback circuit. What are the conditions for oscillations here is it produces sustained oscillations with constant frequency. An oscillator circuit to produce sustained oscillations with constant frequency, the conditions are the amount of energy supplied to the feedback circuit should be as to meet the losses in the feedback circuit. That means what are the requirements? The amount of energy supplied to the feedback circuit should be such that it needs to meet the losses in the feedback circuit. That much of energy, see, that means there are some losses in the feedback circuit. So we need to supply that much of energy to the feedback circuit to get the sustained oscillations. That means whatever may be the losses generated by the feedback circuit, we need to compensate those losses. How those are cancelled means by applying the sufficient energy to the feedback circuit. When load is connected, it draws some energy from the feedback circuit. Therefore, equivalent additional energy has to be supplied to the feedback circuit. The applied energy should be in phase with the oscillations, and that should be in phase with the oscillations. The frequency of energy supplied to the feedback circuit should be same as that of the oscillations produced by it. The frequency of energy is same as the oscillations produced by the it. Now, classification of oscillators. See, oscillators are classified into many types. Based here that based on the frequency, the oscillators are classified into AF oscillators, RF oscillators, VHF oscillators. That means very high frequency, ultra high frequency oscillators, and microwave oscillators. See here, oscillator is a circuit. It is generating the range of selected range of frequencies. Based on that range of frequencies, oscillators are classified into audio frequency oscillators, radio frequency oscillators. For audio frequency oscillators, frequency ranges from few hertz to 20 kilohertz. Audio frequency range. Radio frequency oscillators, the frequency range is 20 kilohertz to 30 megahertz. And very high frequency oscillators. Very high frequency oscillators. These oscillators generate the frequency from 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. And ultra high frequency oscillators generates the 300 megahertz frequency to 3 gigahertz frequency. And above 3 gigahertz frequency generator is called microwave oscillators. Generally, where we will find these oscillators means in our laboratory there will be a function generator. It generates different types of signals. That means sinusoidal signals and non-sinusoidal signals. That means it has an oscillator circuit. Based on that, it generates a range of frequencies, either sinusoidal or non-sinusoidal signals. Based on the frequency, this is the classification of oscillators, and based on the waveforms produced at the output, based on the shape of the output signal, oscillators are classified into sinusoidal oscillators, non-sinusoidal oscillators, sweep circuits, and resonant circuits. Sweep circuits and resonant circuits. Sinusoidal oscillators. What is a sinusoidal oscillator? A circuit which produces sinusoidal waveform. That is called sinusoidal oscillator. Here the examples of sinusoidal oscillators are LC oscillators and RC phase shift oscillators. And also non-sinusoidal oscillator. What is a non-sinusoidal oscillator? A circuit which generates a non-sinusoidal waveform with desired frequencies. That is called non-sinusoidal oscillators. What are the examples of non-sinusoidal oscillators? Means example non-sinusoidal wave is square wave, triangular wave, sawtooth wave. Relaxation oscillators are generates non-sinusoidal waveforms. Relaxation oscillators. Classification of oscillators based on the oscillator circuitry. Based on the oscillator circuitry, that is there is a oscillator circuit. Oscillator circuit consists amplifier part section and the feedback section as well as the oscillator circuit. So based on the components used in that oscillator circuit, these oscillators are classified into non-resonant oscillators, that is RC oscillators. RC oscillators. RC oscillators means phase shift oscillator, Wien bridge oscillators. Based on the components used in the oscillatory circuits, oscillators are classified into non-resonant oscillators, resonant oscillators, and crystal oscillators. What are the non-resonant oscillators? Non-resonant oscillators are called RC oscillators. RC oscillators and examples of RC oscillators are phase shift oscillator and Wien bridge oscillator. Phase shift and Wien bridge oscillator. And resonant oscillators. LC oscillators are called resonant oscillators. Examples of LC oscillators are tuned collector oscillator, Hartley oscillator, and Colpitts oscillators. And the other one is the crystal oscillator, where here the combo element is a crystal. And that oscillator is called crystal oscillator. That means oscillators are classified based on the frequency as well as based on the shape of the output as well as the components used in the oscillator circuit. This is the classification of oscillators. Here, RC phase shift and Wien bridge oscillators are used to generate audio frequencies. Generally, AF oscillators are there. AF oscillators are AF signals are generated with RC phase shift and Wien bridge. Tuned collector, Hartley and Colpitts oscillators are used to produce radio frequencies. LC oscillators. These are generally LC oscillators. Tuned collector, Hartley and Colpitts are used to produce the radio frequencies. And crystal oscillators are used wherever high frequency stability is required. Whenever the frequency stability should be high, in that cases, crystal oscillators are the preferred one. And okay, in that now we will discuss the Hartley oscillator. Hartley oscillator. See, Hartley oscillator is an example of a LC circuit. Resonant oscillators. LC oscillator. Examples of LC oscillator is tuned collector, Hartley, and Colpitts. So that means the main elements in the Hartley oscillator is L and C elements. L and C elements. This oscillator is the very popularly used one. And this is used as local oscillator in radio receivers. In radio receivers, it is used as a local oscillator. It uses inductive feedback. Inductive feedback. This is the circuit of Hartley oscillator. You can observe the circuit common emitter configuration, and this is transistor amplifier. There will be a feedback, and this is the tank circuit, oscillator circuit. The circuit has two inductive components, L1 and L2, and one capacitor. L and C components are connected in parallel. Inductors are in series. There will be a mutual inductance between the L1 and L2. See, the feedback is provided. The output is connected to the input through tank circuit, oscillator circuit. The remaining part of the circuit is transistor amplifier circuit. Mainly in Hartley, Hartley oscillator, it consists two inductors and one capacitor in the tank circuit. Two L1 and L2 inductors and capacitor. This is about the circuit diagram of Hartley oscillator. See, what are the circuit here? This it consists, the tank circuit is parallel combination of C and L1 and L2. Capacitor, inductor 1 and inductor 2. The coil L1 is inductively coupled to L2. There are two inductors. These are inductively coupled. The combination function as an auto transformer. The combination of these two are acting as auto transformer. Here the biasing is self-biasing. Self-bias is provided for biasing. The capacitor CB blocks the DC components. There is a capacitor in the circuit diagram. The CB, here it is a input capacitor to block the DC components, and here it is CB blocks the DC components. There is a choke at the collector of the transistor RFC. Circuit operation. Whenever the power is on, the collector current starts rising. The collector current IC starts rising and the capacitor C charges. When this capacitor is fully charged, it recharges through coils L1 and L2, setting up oscillations. See, that means whenever this oscillator is in the on, power is on, there is a flow of collector current. With this collector current, the capacitor is going on charging. After this fully charged, capacitor is fully charged, there will be a discharging path through coils L1 and L2, and the oscillations here is F frequency. Frequency of oscillations in Hartley oscillator is equals to 1 by 2 pi under root of L1 plus L2 into C. In Hartley oscillator, what are the frequency of oscillations? It is equals to 1 by 2 pi under root of L1 plus L2 into C. Here L1 and L2, the total inductance. The total inductance L is equals to L1 plus L2. Generally, the frequency of oscillations for any oscillator circuit is 1 by 2 pi root LC. Here L is a combination of two inductors, series combination, that is L1 plus L2. The oscillations across L1 are applied to the base emitter junction and appears in the amplified form in the collector circuit. See, there is a feedback. So whatever may be the oscillations across L1 are applied to the base of the transistor, base emitter junction, base of the transistor, and these oscillations are amplified and produced at the collector. The coil L2 couples the collector circuit energy back into the tank circuit with mutual inductance between L1 and L2. That means this is a continuous supply to the tank circuit to overcome the losses. That means whatever may be the oscillations appears across L1, those are amplified by the amplifier circuit and produced at the collector. This L2 coil couples the collector circuit and get back to the tank circuit with mutual inductance. That means whatever may be the losses will be cancelled, and this energy is being continuously supplied to the tank circuit to overcome the losses. The phase shift produced in the tank circuit. The another parameter, see, for sustained oscillations, what are the conditions for the sustained oscillations? When this oscillator acts as an amplifier acts as an oscillator means there will be a positive feedback. That is first condition, and the loop gain should be equals to 1. The third condition, that should be 360 degrees. Phase shift should be 360 degrees. How this 360 degrees are provided means the phase shift produced in the tank circuit consisting of 180 degrees. Tank circuit is producing 180 degrees. And further phase shift of 180 degrees is produced by the transistor circuit. We know that transistor amplifier output is always 180 degrees out of phase. Another phase shift is produced by the tank circuit. Tank circuit, that means 180 plus 180, 360 degrees. In this way, energy feedback to the tank circuit is in phase with oscillations. In phase with oscillations. Condition for sustained oscillations in Hartley oscillator. Condition 1. Here, ignoring the loading effect of the base, the feedback fraction is given by feedback circuit is feedback fraction is beta is equals to ratio of L2 by L1. The feedback fraction is the ratio of L2 by L1. Generally, it is what is feedback fraction? Beta is equals to uh, feedback output input VF by V out, VF by V out, where VF is XL2 and V out is XL1, XL2 and XL2. So this is equals to L2 by ratio of L2 by L1. The feedback fraction in this Hartley oscillator is L2 by L1. For oscillations to start, the voltage gain must be greater than 1 by beta, that is equals to L1 by L2. L1 by L2 for oscillations to start. Initially, it should be A beta greater than 1. For initial condition of the oscillator, the loop gain should be greater than 1. In that case, it should be the voltage gain must be greater than 1 by beta. Greater than 1 by beta. Beta is L2 by L1. That means 1 by beta is equals to L1 by L2. Sustained oscillations are produced at the oscillating frequency. The magnitude of the loop gain, that is the product of the gain of amplifier and the feedback of the network, is greater than unity. Initially, it should be the initial condition A beta should be greater than 1. That is, it should be equal to L1 by L2. And the next condition, further phase shift of 180 degrees is produced by transistor circuit. That means phase shift 180 degrees are produced by the amplifier circuit. Another is for auxiliary oscillator circuit 180 degrees. In this way, energy feedback to the tank circuit is in phase with oscillations. So phase shift between the input and output signals is equals to 360 degrees. For sustained oscillations, what are the conditions? It must be positive feedback. And then next condition is A beta is loop gain should be equals to 1. Before this loop gain equals to 1, initial conditions A beta should be greater than 1. Loop gain should be greater than 1. That is A beta should be greater than 1 means this 1 by beta is the ratio of L2 by L1. That means L1 by L2 should be greater than 1. And the third condition is, next condition is there will be a 360 degrees phase shift. These are the conditions for sustained oscillations in the Hartley oscillator. Expression for frequency of oscillations. What is the expression for frequency of oscillations means? See, we know that the frequency F is equals to 1 by 2 pi root LC. Here what is L? In Hartley oscillator there are two inductors in the tank circuit. So L is equals to and those two are mutually coupled. Mutually coupled. L1 plus L2 plus 2M. L is equals to L1 plus L2 plus 2M. But in general, L is equals to combination of summation of L1 plus L2. The mutual inductance is neglected. If M is here, mutual inductance. If mutual inductance is neglected means L is equals to L1 plus L2. This is the expression for frequency of oscillations in the Hartley oscillator. What are the advantages of Hartley oscillator? See, easy to tune, and adaptability to a wide range of frequencies. Adaptability to by varying the L and C values, there will be adaptability to a wide range of frequencies. Used as a local oscillator in radio receivers. Generally, Hartley oscillator is used as local oscillator in radio receivers. The frequency is varied using a variable capacitor. In the tank circuit, if the capacitor is a variable capacitor, the frequency of the oscillator will be, output will be varied. The output amplitude remains constant over the frequency range. The amplitude is constant for the entire frequency. The feedback ratio of the tapped inductor remains constant. The feedback ratio is constant. L2 by L1 is constant. What are the disadvantages of this Hartley oscillator? Harmonic rich content in the output. Harmonics are present in the output. That is the drawback of Hartley oscillator, and it is not suitable for a pure sine wave. Harmonics are presented in the output means output is not a pure sine wave. It is not suitable for a pure. That means to generate the pure sine wave, the Hartley oscillator is the not good circuit to use. These are the disadvantages of Hartley oscillator. Harmonics are present in the output. See what are the uses means. Already I said this oscillator is used as a local oscillator in radio receivers. It is generally used in all broadcasting bands, including FM broadcasting. From what is the FM range of frequencies means 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. Okay, this is about Hartley oscillator. Okay, with this, see what we discussed in today's session means definition of an oscillator. What is an oscillator? What are the how an amplifier can be used as an oscillator? What is Barkhasan criterion? What is Barkhasan criterion means A beta is equals to 1. And classification of oscillators. Oscillators are classified into based on frequency as well as based on this output shape of the output and the element components used in the tank circuit. Oscillators are classified. And also we discussed about the Hartley oscillator circuit and its operation of the circuit, as well as expression for frequency of oscillations in Hartley oscillator, and what are the sustained oscillations, conditions for sustained oscillations in Hartley oscillators. See, that means today we discussed what is an oscillator and how it is designed and what are the required requisites for an oscillator, as well as the what are the conditions for an oscillator to design an oscillator. And out of classification also we discussed in that especially one Hartley oscillator circuit is discussed in this session. So let us have some simple questions. Small case. An oscillator is a circuit which converts option A AC energy into DC energy, option B DC energy into AC energy, C light energy to electrical energy, and D is none of this. See, oscillator is an electronic circuit which converts DC energy into AC energy. DC energy to AC energy. And the next question. The condition for sustained oscillations is option A beta greater than 1 for sustained oscillations. Option B, A beta less than 1. Option C, A beta equals to 1. Option D, A beta is equals to 0. For sustained oscillations, what is the condition? What is the Barkhasan criterion? A beta is equals to 1. Next question. An oscillator is a rotating device. Option A, rotating device. Option B, static electronic device. Option C, rotating electronic device. Option C, electromechanical device. What is an oscillator? It is a electronic device, static electronic device. It is not a rotating component and it is not a mechanical device. The oscillators which are used to produce audio frequencies. So audio frequency produced oscillators are called option A LC oscillators, option B RC oscillators, option C crystal oscillators, option D none. So here for audio frequency generation, generally the used oscillators are RC oscillators. RC oscillators, right? The most important characteristics of crystal oscillator is of a high efficiency, option A, option B frequency stability, option C Requires low DC supply. Option D, low cost. Generally, crystal oscillators are preferred whenever high frequency stability is required. So the option is frequency stability. What are the questions you can expect from this topic, from this session's topic is, what is an oscillator? That means define an oscillator. What are the conditions for sustained oscillations? What are the conditions? There are three conditions: positive feedback, A beta equals to 1, and 360 degrees phase shift. And explain how an amplifier can be converted into an oscillator. That means what are the blocks required and how those are connected. List different types of oscillators based on its output waveform. Based on its output waveform. That means sinusoidal, non-sinusoidal, like that. And what are the requisites of an oscillator? What are the required requirements for an oscillator? Classify the oscillators based on the frequency and based on auxiliary tune circuit. Classification of oscillators based on the frequency and also the classification of oscillators based on auxiliary tune circuits. And we can expect the question, try and explain the Hartley oscillator in long answers. In short answers, only simply draw the Hartley oscillator circuit also we can expect. And write the conditions for sustained oscillations in Hartley oscillator. As well as next question, we can also expect, write the expression for frequency of oscillations in Hartley oscillator. We can expect in short answers. What is the expression for frequency of oscillations in Hartley oscillators? And these are the expected questions in today's topics. From the today's topic. With this, I am going to ending my session. Okay, thank you.